Hello everyone. Well, here we are, the 25K Q&A. It's been quite the journey to get here, and I'm so grateful for all the love and support along the way. It truly means a lot to me that I still get to do this, even though I think we've been going for probably over a year now. Crazy how time flies. Now, let's see what you lovelies asked. So, this one really depends on the universe, whether we're a witch or living at home with our secret career. But I'd say relatively lean in figure. I don't understand the height obsession, truly. It doesn't matter to me. Oh, I enjoy it. I play it in peaceful mode to wind down sometimes. I can't do hardcore. I won't leave my pets without their mother, even in a game. I do like building cute little cottages most of the time. They're just so fun to decorate. Oh, I think they're definitely up to something, but too cute to be upset with for too long. So I always want to create a degree of representation in my writing, so someone feels seen, because I know how terribly lonely it can be. That desire is inherent and comes out naturally. It's never quite on purpose. I like to think these metaphors live in the page, in the characters, and I simply acknowledge them and make space for them as I find them. I rarely go in trying to hammer a message into someone's head. I find that to be, well, the result ends up being rather forced. If it's there, it's there. And if it isn't, then we work with whatever comes. I don't know. It's probably just a crazy writer thing. Oh, I very much enjoy horror movies, but my favorite isn't a film, it's a Netflix series. It's The Haunting of Hill House. It's every bit psychologically disturbing as it is physical, which is why I enjoy it so much. And of course, it doesn't hurt that Victoria Pedretti is gorgeous. My night has been very relaxing, thank you. I actually just got in from doing some errands. And I'm very much a cat person, but I won't say no to a cute puppy wanting my attention. Thank you. The support has been amazing, and it's kind of surreal we've made it here. Now, funnily enough, the last question asked my preference for cats and dogs, and I know I said cats, but that's for the animal. In terms of puppy girls and cat girls, I very much adore a puppy girl. Not necessarily in the sense of the stereotype, but answering more towards women who exude those traits, like the golden retriever partner or the black cat partner, things like that. That's what I know more of anyway. I love my affection, and puppies have no shortage of that. I've had similar questions to this before with other scripts, and I'll just answer them all here. I don't know. I didn't write the script. I do my best to credit the proper writers in the description and the thumbnail, so if you're curious about sequels, feel free to follow them on Reddit, but as far as personally, I have no idea. I am not the author. I will not be collaborating with any other VAs. I'm a very private person, and opening myself up to others may risk that privacy. I know that others would argue that, oh, it may help you grow, but that's never really been the goal here for me. I just want to do my work safely. in a way that I feel is best. The only way I may consider it would be if it were a friend of mine wanting to delve into the VA world, but that's because I would already know them personally. Any comment that has let me know that my work or this channel is a safe space for them or has helped a viewer in some way always resonates with me. I know what it's like to flip on the TV and not see myself represented and feel like there's no place for me to go. So when someone lets me know that an audio made them feel safe or made them feel represented, it lets me know that I'm doing something right. And that's all I've ever wanted. I don't do too much. I put on some nice music and I make a cup of tea, make sure I'm comfortable, and then I record. I tend to be a caring, nurturing person. I tend to be the caretaker in most friend groups, so I always want to make sure that comes across in the characters I write. So many people go without that warmth, and I just want to be able to share that with them in a safe way. Make sure they feel less alone. Just to enjoy life more. I made the mistake of focusing too heavily on my channel, and while that did pay off, I didn't really have any room for myself. I am working towards finding that balance, and it's made a world of difference. In terms of YouTube, I'm happy. My content is impacting positively, and that's all I can really ask for. I never came out to my parents. It would destroy them. Their hatred runs far too deep. While I encourage people to be their authentic selves, I would never do so if it would become a detriment to their personal safety. I came out to the people that mattered, and most weren't really surprised, actually. I have my found family, and I'm happy with who I am, and so are they. That's what's really important, isn't it? I do. It's a lot of planning right now, but I'm very excited for when I can finally release it. Finding the time to write has been difficult, but I have been jotting down notes here and there. V's name is Viola, yes. The name, not the instrument. If it ever becomes a relevant point in any storyline, perhaps there will be an audio, but until then, I don't think it matters too much. Originally, we were going to be nameless, so that perhaps you could project your own preferred name, but I think it's nice to have that label there. Sort of put a name to a face, you know? And I hope you're having a lovely day as well, dear. I'd love to be able to talk to animals. I could do wholesome things like sending a stray puppy to comfort someone who looked like they were having a really bad day. Or I could send a murder of crows after a person who yelled at the poor barista just trying to do their job. A little harmless torment never hurt anyone. It's kind of hard, I guess, because it really depends on the person, but I suppose acting entitled to something, whether it's from me or someone else. I feel like this one's pretty obvious in terms of deal breakers, but cheating. I don't do the whole fuck around and find out in terms of relationships. If you're not committed to me, then I won't commit to you. A little is okay, but too much of a brat is just too annoying to deal with. It's funny you say that. My partner is fine with it, and she actually loves that it helps so many people. She knows I love her and I'm only playing a character. I'm incredibly lucky to have her. Behave. That what you wanted? Canon height is 6'2", but it can vary depending on the universe. For example, in our witch story, I like to believe that our witch is just ever so slightly shorter than the listener. I feel like in terms of dominant partners, people tend to assume that the taller one is the more dominant one, so occasionally I'll like to flip that script on its head. Oh, it's just me kissing my hand, nothing crazy. It's just me kissing my palm. My partner actually has joked about helping me with it, but we both know that would be a terrible idea. Sorry, this question is a bit odd. It's like asking me about people with brown hair or long eyelashes. I don't have one. They're people, not controversies. I understand that it can be a defining trait for some, but I don't really distinguish, if that makes any sense. Just happens to be a part of who the person is, that's all. Ooh, I think a mint green would be fun. I've always loved greens. It's probably why I like matcha so much. My favorite book is Misery by Stephen King. Abby. What on earth? To answer the first part, 1 bird. Who's putting birds in my house? But honestly, in terms of the second part as well, I'd find the birds more alarming because if it's just a rubber duck, I'd ask my partner about it. Abby, are you trying to put rubber ducks and or birds in my house? I am an indie girl in terms of music, but I don't shut myself off to other things. Oh, I love Taylor Swift. It's been amazing to see her music grow and change from the debut to the Eras tour. It's tough to choose a favorite album, but I suppose it's a toss-up between Reputation and Folklore, which I know are 2 drastically different albums, but maybe that's why I love them so much. Spring is my favorite season. Something about new growth and new life has always been fascinating to me. And there's always such pretty flowers. I am a tea girl all the way. Matcha is my drink of choice. I like psychological horror. I think that's just my favorite genre overall because it just crosses over into all of my media. Movies, TV. But there's something so amazing about a well-written psychological piece because you don't have the visual aids so much. And I did answer this before, but my favorite book is still Misery. I love foxgloves. Pretty little things, but don't get too close. So many of you here wishing me a nice day or night. You all have a nice day as well. I can't believe the love and support from this community. Well, I can, but it just blows me away every time. And thank you again so much for 25K. But I am incredibly lucky to have such a warm, loving community that just keeps growing day by day. You've made this journey an amazing experience, and I can't wait to see what lies ahead. Thank you all for everything.